What's up, everybody? My name is Joshua.
And I'm Adrian, and you are listening to
the
the
Atomy
Atomian Podcast.
Today is actually one of Adrian's personal favorites, and we're going
Yes,
to be
Atomy favorite.
Yes, and that is the
This one,
Cafe.
Atomy Cafe Arabica. So this
Yes.
is our instant coffee packets, and yeah, we are gonna talk about this today. And for product details,
Okay. So before I begin, if you are enjoying and if you love our videos and love listening to our podcast, please do subscribe and also follow.
on Spotify
Yes.
and Apple Podcasts, we're there as well, or any podcast platforms.
Yes, and then also that way you can share it to your friends and family so that they are able to know the great, wondrous products about Atomy. And if you don't have membership, not a problem. Give us a contact, and we will ensure that you get your membership free of charge. There's no subscription, none of that, and
Because the discounted price are exclusive for members only.
correct. So, without further ado, I'm going to be talking about the product details. Now, long time ago, these Cafe Arabica used to be
200
yes,
packets.
200 packets. But then I guess because of some shipping regulations, they had to actually size it down. So now we only give it in a 50 packet each boxes, and still the product is very good, right? The quality does not change, and also the price is very similar. Now, if you guys are here to listen to about the PV, the points, right? The points to the Arabica is, I believe, 900.
It
Okay.
is 900.
So now there are 50 packets, and each packet has 12.1 grams. So in ounces, I don't even know why Americans use ounces, because honestly I don't even use it myself. But it's 0.43 ounces per packet. And of course you don't want this in direct sunlight, because the cafe, the instant coffee, will just die, right? All the nutrients will just die. So next are the facts. The facts is what we want to know, right? How many
Yes.
calories are there? Because we know that mixed cafe, there are
They give a lot.
there's
Like
some
instant
sugars,
coffee.
right? Yeah,
It's
and
like almost 200 calories per sachet or packet.
right. So this has only 60, and
60.
there is a reason why there's only 60, and we will be explaining that furthermore.
So, Atomy Cafe Arabica, this is a premium coffee mix with 100% Arabica coffee beans and milk casein. So, as we all know, 100% Arabica, so Atomy Cafe Arabica uses 100% Arabica coffee beans straight from Brazil, the world's largest coffee producer, for a well-balanced, rich, and delicate flavor. Now, the milk used in this instant coffee is natural casein. Now, casein, this instead of sodium caseinate, this is used to minimize the artificial process and to preserve the natural coffee flavor. Because some of the instant coffee today, it's more on like just artificial flavor. It's not real coffee.
Correct. And the best part is that actually it does kind of taste like milk. Like literally, we put
It is
water.
really creamy,
Right.
but not that creamy as well. It's just a perfect balance.
Right. And so many of you guys might be saying like, okay, if it's Arabica, then it's from Brazil. Brazilian coffee is not always only good, right? So let me tell you some other coffee beans that they use, which is Brazil Santos, Kenya, Jamaica Blue Mountain.
And many others.
So these are actually all the different types of Arabica coffees that they are producing from all over the world. So don't think like, oh, this coffee is from or cultivated from Brazil. They use the best coffees from all over the world, but they're just the largest manufacturing company of the world. That's what that means. So Of course, the Arabica beans, right, is in cool highlands. That means
It's
it is
cultivated.
about 2,000 meters high in altitude. And that's why it makes, and that's why normally these kind of beans are actually more expensive because it's harder to
Ah,
cultivate and also have a lower caffeine levels too, which is
mm,
better. So that's why this Cafe Arabica is very premium and very distinct. So we're going to explain to you the difference between the Arabica and
and
also the
Robusta.
Robusta. Yeah.
Ah,
So the shape of the beans first, okay. I know there was an awkward silence there, but I don't know why he stopped talking. It's supposed to be his turn. But
no,
what?
that's your turn.
Okay, fine.
Comparison.
Okay, fine. So, the shape. The shape of the beans in Arabica are more of an oval shape, right? An oval shape and it's a little flatter. Whereas where we actually see in most beans around the world are actually smaller and rounded, right?
Uh-huh.
But the difference in these two is that the Arabica actually has more of a fragrant taste and it also has a variety of scents too. Whereas the other Robusta bean is actually
There's a bitter
bitter.
taste.
Right. So that's why 70% of the world's population of production is Arabica versus the Robusta, which is only 30%. Now, major producers such as Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, Guatemala, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya,
Kenya and Rwanda.
Rwanda, and more are using the Arabica style, whereas countries such as Vietnam, India, Africa, Indonesia, and some areas of Brazil uses Robusta. Now, the difference in altitude is 900 to 2,000 meters in
Between sea
Arabica.
level.
Yes, and then also for the Robusta is actually below
Sea
sea
level
level.
of 600 meters.
Correct. So that's a very huge difference. And then also the harvesting is it's very challenging to use machinery due to lack of farming areas in the foot of the mountain. So it makes
Oh,
sense, right? Because
uh-huh.
it has to be on a very high altitude.
Yes.
But if you go to the tip of the mountain, there's like barely enough space there,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's why and then also it's very vulnerable to insects. So they have to ensure all of those things while harvesting it. And then also for the Robusta, it's actually it can harvest in lower sea levels, but it's able to endure the humidity and
And
also
insects.
yes insects. So these are the difference between the Arabica and the Robusta. And now the Arabica is lower in caffeine, whereas the Robusta have
More
more relative
caffeine.
caffeine. And then also the scent and the taste. Obviously, the Arabica is more mild, right? It's very mild and it has a deeper aroma,
Coffee
coffee aroma.
aroma.
Yes. So even with this, I mean, you have to purchase to know, but even
Yeah.
the aroma as an instant coffee is very, very, very fragrant. Like most instant coffees, you can't really smell it. I mean, you can
Mm-hmm.
taste it, but not really
Yeah.
smell that. So there's that difference. And obviously, yes, Arabica is relatively way more
Expensive.
expensive. So you are actually taking the most premium products. And the best part is a box is only worth $9. So
Mm-hmm.
you're taking 50 cups of coffee for $9. That's so cheap. So next is how are they able to make that milky flavor, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what they call it, the natural casein.
Mm-hmm. What I read, I think most athletes use casein for their, I don't know. It's like instead of I think it's for protein. You know, that's what I read before. So, amongst three main components of milk, fat, protein, and lactose, one without fat is called a skim milk, and casein is the protein obtained once the lactose is removed from skim milk.
That's good. So basically, casein is milk, but without fat and lactose.
Uh huh. So this one's good for those people who are lactose intolerant.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And there.
Okay. And there are some scientific explanations, but they were able to extract everything into casein so you can have the best experience ever. So now we do want to show you how much is 100 milliliters, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and show you and demonstrate that amount. So go ahead. Yes.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Best way to enjoy Atomy Cafe. Is he new?
I don't know. All right.
Okay, let's do this. And there, explain it.
All right. Also, if you do want to split the amount of sugar, there is this portion here, right? So if you want less sugar, you can just pinch wherever it is like that, and you can just pour it in. That's how they actually created this packet, so that way you don't have to use all the sugars in there.
This?
Right. For minimum and then medium
Oh.
and maximum. Interesting, right?
Now that's how it works. Okay.
Okay.
So 100, right?
Yes.
Dun, dun. Want me to stop?
You don't know? Stop.
Okay.
So 100 is about that much. More or less. But it's
Yeah.
always up to you how you want to pour the amount. Maybe it's a little too sweet for you, so you can put more milk or water, not milk, or you can put less. It's up to you.
Yeah, and you can do a lot of experiments here too. Sometimes we add almond milk.
Yes, almond milk is really good, I believe, because almond milk has that sweet and smoother texture than milk, I believe. All right.
There.
So that's how it is. As you can see, it is very brown. It doesn't look like it's very creamy, right? That's the best part. I know a lot of other mixed coffees, the color is actually lighter, and the reason why is because they don't put enough the coffee beans in there. But this one is browner, so it's better, and you can actually taste the coffee more vividly.
Yep.
Alright, so thank you so much for watching. You are
Yes.
listening to the
Atomy Podcast.
And if you do liked our video, give us a like, give us a follow, share it with your friends and families. And also, if you do want to get your free membership, please don't hesitate and contact us, or go on the link tree and click on I want to register.
And all of this information are down there below in the description box, so it's pretty convenient.
Yes.
You can just click that, and yeah,
Alright, thank you
we'll
so
talk
much.
more about a lot of products on
Yes.
the next episodes.
Bye bye.